Rarity mishears a nearby cat toy for the distant ring of a doorbell.
Strangely sickening flavor combination sounds just as bad as it tastes.
Might taste better if the strawberries weren't brown. This out-of-style castle.
I'm so impressed you used the huge bonus you earned making the costumes for Sapphire Shore's Equestria-wide tour to open the second boutique.
Twilight's wordy exposition gave Tara Strong a huge bonus big enough to open a second home recording studio.
I know hard work when I see it.
No one remind her unicorns have magic and can complete 10 times the work she does without breaking a sweat.
And it looks like you worked your hoofs to the nub.
So, a slightly shorter hoof then?
Well, despite my nubby, scrubby, buffy pony Petty.
Such ample, copiously bountiful use of a thesaurus accurately and aptly serves as a substitution for the writer credit. In other words, we love you, Amy Keating Rogers.
The ponies from Ponyville.
That's the problem with living in Equestria's token small-town village. No matter how many times you save the world, you'll still be known as the ponies from Ponyville.
This plan, or pattern, as we say in the fashion biz.
Or business, as we say in the biz whirl.
Those doors will never, ever, ever close.
Sassy Saddles located the Fountain of Youth in the basement.
Your attention to detail is truly impressive.
That's polite talk for your nitpicky plans are truly obnoxious.
Every poll Sassy Saddles took, you were the most popular princess.
It's canon, folks. Us lunatics need to do better.
Stick a pin in it. It's done.
To stick a pin in it means to come back to it later, though.
Some pony pinch me.
Pinch you with what? These decorative spindles are floating. And no, it's not a cartoony stylistic choice because we see them normally later on.
Fluttershy, could you help Twilight get ready?
Rarity thinking to ask Fluttershy specifically is the most we see of Fluttershy's secret seamstress ability since season 1.
Please follow me and you can all place your orders for the princess dress.
Twilight sells out her princess hood to push a product. Kinda ironic, isn't it? She's also rewarded with a second pair of wings.
I would have appreciated getting to name the final gown from my collection myself.
What a strange name, myself.
Very confusing and quite unappealing.
The laugh of a mayor contemplating murder. Applejack's hat momentarily becomes possessed by the forces of Tartarus. All of these dress-wearing mannequins disappear.
Is that the customer who ordered this princess dress?
No, they ordered a princess dress. They could receive any of the dozens already produced. But Sassy ignores this simple fact, so Rarity can have a special moment. If they can't give these dresses to customers because they're somehow reserved, why are so many ponies late to pick up their highly anticipated reservations to the extent that this many pile up? Rarity tosses this perfectly good dress in the trash instead of simply replacing the color gems or even marketing it as an exclusive. Immediately after Rarity is reprimanded for not making the dresses identical, we see her create multiple flawed versions that every pony's content with. Losing creative inspiration to a soulless job is relatable to many, but it also makes Rarity come off as stuck up because she's too good to work for a living. The mystery of how ponies put on clothing becomes ever more elusive.
Isn't it spectacular?
Tired Rarity channels Princess Luna. The Photoshop-inspired cover is great, but why didn't they include the dress itself? That's what would sell the magazine, right?
100 more princess dresses?
This is what 100 sheets of paper actually looks like. If orders use more than one sheet, then this sin is for being wasteful.
Done! You have your signature gown.
These two are seemingly out of order.
Assemble the assembly line.
What? No!
Rarity's aversion to running a productive business hampers the common defense of Rarity being more than a two-dimensional character obsessed with fashion. If she considered the prospect for a moment, she'd realize there's no need to stop creating dresses while the company operates itself. Instead, she throws a tantrum and storms out. Sassy isn't really meant to be an antagonist, but because of that, she's required to be completely oblivious
No!
Yes!
and needlessly rude
Welcome
to explain her behavior.
I can't be a part of another failed boutique!
That's not what it said on your resume,
Sassy showed me her resume.
and it doesn't seem like the fashion world is aware either.
When Sassy Saddles calls, we hightail without fail.
Oh, don't you look lovely? Nice to see you out here again.
Rarity is a crazy cat lady who tucks to her clothing. You can see a tiny bit of the storyboard in this hole. Recycled? We shouldn't be able to see the pony in the mirror at this angle because if we could, then they wouldn't be able to see themselves.
Attention every pony. Canterlot Carousel will not be closing!
Most of these ponies probably weren't even aware of the closing until now. Rarity's announcement was practically whispered.
Welcome to the going out of business sale of Canterlot Carousel. The more I sewed, the more each dress lost its time,
love and couture becoming terrible, lackluster, and common.
You had a lot of time to think that one up, didn't you, Rarity? The background gag of Sea Swirl experiencing sticker shock is hilarious. But why is this the only dress with a tag? Episode ruined. 0 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, I fell!
The inclusion of this pony had baffled me for years, but after extensive research involving one whole wiki page, it turns out this is simply a joke from the show's art designers. A joke they never expected Hasbro to approve. Their sin is for making us think there was some reason or story behind this pony, when really it's just a straight up troll.